And to be alive, if you can't do that.
It's not something that you can just make up about yourself. You have to be able to show that you are as strong as you say you are. Especially if you're competing in strongman.
All right, here we are, episode 65, Strong and Petty podcast here in the Iron Age gym here in Winnipeg, the west end of Winnipeg. Got a pretty packed house behind us here actually, and we're watching back there as right now. I think that you can see it on the camera.
If you can look underneath this.
Yeah, you can see it's a little lower than the window. Gian's walking around back there. So she's training for Deadlift for Dreams right now, as everybody should be. And she's looking to pull a 325 deadlift back there today. So we're gonna turn around so she doesn't see that we're looking at her, so she doesn't make it weird.
And you're gonna watch her deadlift.
Yeah, we're gonna try to catch her doing that though.
Yeah.
But here we are. So welcome everybody. Thanks for paying attention to us.
If she misses, we blame ourselves.
Absolutely, it would be our fault. Someone will blame us. That's
subconsciously.
For sure. Yeah.
Pressure.
It's kind of weird to have this episode out because due to some technical errors, we still haven't put our last episode out yet.
I'll take responsibility.
No. I refuse to let you take responsibility.
Seven uploads, 8 hours a pop with a stupid video.
See, that's why I won't let you take responsibility for it because if first of all I don't know how to do it, so I can't blame you, and second of all, if I tried something and the second time, because it takes forever, right?
8 hours.
Yeah. So if that happened to me the second time, I would have fucking whipped that thing across the room and said, "We're not doing the podcast anymore. There's not going to be a podcast."
Because it was what, Thursday?
We recorded on Thursday.
Yeah. So Thursday night uploaded, failed.
Yeah.
Woke up Friday morning before I went to work at 5. I'm like, shit. It says it already exists, but the file doesn't exist. So clear the OneDrive, upload again. Get home from work Friday, failed. Upload again. Saturday morning, failed. Delete everything. Re-download everything. Upload again. Saturday night, failed. All right, let's try Dropbox instead of OneDrive. OneDrive's not working, so I pay for Dropbox. Upload Dropbox. It uploads. Oh, thank goodness. Send it to the producers. They get 30 minutes of the 68. And I'm like, I send the video on my end. I'm like, I have all 1 hour and 8 minutes up. He says at his end, only 30 minutes is coming through. Delete it off Dropbox. Go to my office this morning. Yeah. Zipper file it into my. Now I got to re-download it into my office computer instead of my home PC. So we have it in the Mac. We have it in my home PC, like my gaming PC. I know that one's run fast because it's my gaming PC.
That's for the games.
Yeah, and then I have it uploaded to my office. Reload it. An hour before here, producer's like, got it.
Oh my god. Okay, so by the time that this episode comes out, you should be able to hear the last episode. So that's our goal
pretty
now.
sad, eh?
Well, we just myself and Devin, and particularly Devin, we're busy guys. Our producers are busy guys too. That's the thing is we're all working on this as like a fun project that we kind of do on the side. So admittedly, it doesn't always take priority over everything else, but we really do try because we appreciate that you guys listen and pay attention, and we don't want to feel like it's such an afterthought to us that we don't like. We want you to know that we're not just sitting on our asses, not trying to put it out. Well, I am, but Devin's not.
And on the cusp of MSN, where we had the upset.
We had lots to talk about.
So everybody's like, oh, are you guys just dogging it because Tyler lost?
Yeah, I'm pissed. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Exactly.
Like, no, you guys, this isn't what happened.
It's, we've and like, yeah, of all the episodes, we have like we had a ton of stuff to talk about last time.
We went over an hour.
Yeah, like this is the episode. We got nothing to talk about today.
Yeah.
This would easily be one that we could lose and it wouldn't be a big deal, but. No, we will have that one for you, and you will have hopefully heard it by this time. By the time that this one comes out.
Yeah, I think he's hoping. This is Monday, and he's hoping to get it up.
And myself and Devin have spoken amongst ourselves to make a commitment to each other to be more timely with our recordings. All of a sudden, it's Thursday or Friday when we could have recorded it. Well, feasibly, we could have recorded a little early in the week, but sometimes it's not always so easy. So
it used to be Mondays no matter what.
Yeah.
And then some Mondays got busy. It's Tuesday. They also Tuesday at work. Something happens with you get a client, or I've also got a site visit, a commercial site I can't dodge because I mean I still got to work.
We still got businesses. We still got to.
And then it's not fair. We dumped this on our producer Thursday night at 10 o'clock. Hey, can you get it uploaded by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning? Well, no. Why not? What do you mean you're not working through the night Friday night for $5?
Listen, I know you have a wedding to go to on Saturday, but this is pretty crucial. So
how does someone get married from the grave?
I don't know. I don't understand that at all. Yeah, that's it's confusing. It's disgusting, frankly.
You ever heard that song "Cemetery" by Headstones?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's literally where she went.
That's what I have to think about when Dave Beakley got married. That has to be something similar to that.
So, congrats to Dave Beakley on his castration.
Yeah, exactly.
I think is the better way to say it.
Congrats to him. I'm just like I'm so distracted because I'm just trying to watch. I don't want to miss Jan doing it, but I don't want her to see me looking.
I don't want to look back because I see right down her shirt.
Yeah. she's gonna get mad if she knows that I'm drawing attention to her deadlifting.
We should just zoom the camera right past us.
Just over our shoulder right into
Straight
there.
onto there, yeah. She'll be happy.
So we
everybody can see what I'm dodging.
we
Oh, does that hurt?
No. Thrones doing big
oh,
deadlifts over there too.
200 pounds.
So we do have something exciting to talk about though that we I don't know if it came out since last time that we talked about it. Or if
No, but Jeremy Wiens Realtor is the number one realtor.
That is an extremely exciting thing that we want to talk about. Please, Devin, take it away.
Last episode, when you finally hear it, we're like, oh yeah, we kind of put that one towards the end. Jeremy Wiens Realtor, our number one and only sponsor.
Yeah.
That's like we have another sponsor that haven't done up a proper write-up for yet.
Yep.
But
we love Jeremy to pieces. He's always been a supporter of the show.
Yeah.
He's a supporter of Strongman in general.
Yeah, he comes out to the shows. He supports Deadlift for Dreams, which is another big. That's not a Manitoba Strongman event, but it's a Manitoba Strongman event.
It's a Manitoba Strongman adjacent event, and it's close to all of our hearts. A lot of the people who compete or go to it or just know the people who are affected by the charity and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's a very important thing to a lot of people.
Well, speaking of that, I just got an update from Carly about an hour or two ago. Catellia Seeds, that'll do for us, another white light sponsor.
Hey, there we go. So that number's be climbing up.
Rick,
really,
Rick, he was helping in Morris.
Oh, Jan's about to go.
Is she doing it?
Okay. So Jan has 325 loaded on the bar right now. She's weighing at about 117 pounds right now.
Soaking wet. Looking this way.
Let's go, Jan. Don't look at us.
Don't look.
She can definitely see us.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, what the
Look
fuck?
At the face.
Easy.
Oh, wow. There we go.
Nice job. That was awesome. Okay.
You remember Rick was at Manitoba's Strongest. He was volunteering.
Oh, tremendous. Yes, I did meet him. Yeah,
it's
awesome.
his company.
Awesome.
Yeah,
great.
they stepped up.
What a great way to get involved with Strongman in whatever capacity. To volunteer at one of our competitions and then to donate to the charity.
$2.5 grand for a white light sponsor.
Amazing. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What a great guy. So shouts out to them.
Huge.
And then we've gotten away from our original thing that we're doing here.
Which all correlates back
Wiens.
to Jeremy Wiens Realtor. Making Deadlift for Dreams sponsorship happen.
Yeah, we're big fans of Jeremy. We're big fans of what he does. And if you don't follow him on social media, he's like a guy who's been taking the reins of his health and his fitness the last little bit here. So he's a guy who I think that
he's kicking my ass in his weight loss challenge.
He definitely. I saw you without your shirt on in Manitoba's Strongest Man, and I would tend to agree. But he's
like
just
a dull knife.
He's a guy where he's living a lifestyle that many of us can understand.
Yep.
He's a peer to us in the strength and fitness community and stuff. So I think that's always nice to have somebody that when you talk to them about something that has absolutely nothing to do with anything that you might like say the strength community and stuff, but that there's that tether, there's that connection there where he's somebody who cares about the same things that you care about. And what else could you ask for in a realtor than that? So Jeremy Wiens, that's our guy. You got to go talk to him. Hit him up at Jeremy Wiens.
At Jeremy Wiens Realtor on Instagram.
Yep. And I'm sure he's got his link to all of his social media on there.
He does,
So make sure you hit him up and tell him Strong and Petty sent you. Thank you, Jeremy Wiens. So we want to touch on last time.
Wiens World Realtor it is. My bad.
World. I like that, Wiens World.
Zoom in on this thing. It's the one thing you can zoom in on.
Yeah. So we... in some really awesome news, the hits kind of just keep on coming for Tristan Hoath, who has been now invited to the Strongman Classic.
Which is crazy.
In London. Yeah, the Giants Live competition in London. And now I'm a little embarrassed that I didn't look this up beforehand, but I think that it's just Tristan on this one. I don't
competing by himself.
Yeah, all by himself out there. Because I think that Wes Derwinski is doing Glasgow, the Giants Live in Glasgow, so I don't think he's doing this London one. If I have that wrong, I'm sorry, Wes. But I love they just announced the events. I think today, 2 hours ago, they announced the events for the Strongman Classic, and I like these for Tristan a lot.
Yeah.
So if we're starting from the top here, we got the max axle press, which is basically just like put in there for Bibby to try to break the record. I think he's been putting up some insane numbers.
Yeah. So is he competing in the whole show, or is just coming to a one-off again?
That I don't know. I've seen that question asked, and I haven't seen it answered.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But Bibby is.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that when guys.
The single lift thing?
Yeah, where everyone else is prepping for show, trying to hit a world record while prepping to do all 5 events.
Right.
And let one special guest come in just to hit a world record who's I don't like it.
I can understand both sides of it. I can see people, like, as a competitor, it would be kind of frustrating to be like, well,
we're all trying
to do this whole competition and stuff. But, you know, it's there's something to be said for the spectacle of it, but I can definitely understand that perspective. So Bibby is the guy who's going to be looking. The current world record is 478 pounds, which
he holds.
Retarded.
Yeah,
yeah, and it's his own record, and he's been like strict pressing like 440 in the gym and stuff. Like, it's been just like 200 kilos. It's just absolutely insane. So it doesn't seem crazy at all that he would break that record.
When they post, or will it be Mitch Hooper? I don't believe Mitch Hooper's breaking the record.
I don't believe that Mitch Hooper's going to break that record. I think that if anyone's got
prove me wrong.
Yeah. If anybody's got it, I think it's Bibby. I know that Hooper's putting up some crazy numbers too. Don't get me wrong about that. But I think that it's Bibby's record to hold and to break when he's ready to do it.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
As for Tristan for that one, there's going to be a lot of guys who are just really, really good at that. And Tristan is good at it. He did fine at it at Worlds in terms of he's against the best in the world. I think that he'll have to do a little bit of damage control on that one compared to some of the guys who'll be getting some points on that. Yeah. And that's fine. Everyone's going to have an event like that.
But isn't that crazy to think that most of the guys there will be within 40 or 50 pounds of the world record?
Yeah, it is pretty wild.
Like they're all within that level.
Yeah, it's going to be the caliber of competitors on this one. There's a Stoltman, there's Singleton, there's Bibby, there's Hooper. It's really crazy the names that are on this one. The next one is going to be the Axel deadlift for reps. Love that for Tristan. Yep. Did awesome at World's Strongest Man at the deadlift.
Yep.
Good at reps.
Yep.
Good deadlifter. Good at reps.
Do they allow suits in that?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Does Giants live suits?
I would,
because Singleton likes pulling in a suit.
So I'm looking at this picture. The picture they have here is him without a suit on, I think.
Yeah, that is.
But I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's why it looks like he's struggling off the bottom.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding.
The next one, again, love is for Tristan. Did well in the Worlds. The
Conan's wheel. Yeah.
And it's lighter here than at Worlds.
And he did well in that.
Yeah. So the deadlift for the Axel is, oh God, we're gonna use fucking kilos here, are we? So the deadlift is, oh Jesus Christ, 795.
Holy shit.
I'm not sure what the pick is from, but that's a heavy ass
deadlift. Well, if they're using those big ass wheels, that looks to be like a.
But you put them on a box or whatever, you know.
Like, I wonder if they're going to use those wheels.
I have no idea. So that's damn, that's a heavy fucking deadlift. But
800 for reps on an axle.
Yeah. And then the Conan's wheel is 200 kilograms. I'm not going to bother doing it. 440.
Yeah.
Which is 100 pounds less than it was at Worlds, and Tristan did really well with it at Worlds.
That's actually not. It's not
super heavy.
No, I wonder if that's weight in the hands or what.
It has to do with it's one of those events where it's like you could say that it's X weight, and then I can go somewhere else and say it's X weight plus 100 pounds, but it feels lighter than the original one.
It all depends where that lever is, how close to the apparatus.
Yeah, absolutely.
How long the apparatus is. That all changes.
Yeah. So that one, but I think that'll be a good one for him.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about one that'll be really good for him, the wrecking ball hold.
Yes.
So Tristan, if you've never seen Tristan in real life,
that guy can hold balls.
Yep, that's not where I was going with it, but that is true.
Oh, my bad.
No, that's true. I don't disagree with you at all. He's got fucking mitts on him. He's got these huge fucking ape hands.
Made for holding balls.
Made for holding balls. Made for holding big balls.
But those big mitts help.
Yeah, and he's super, like his grip is really good. His grip endurance is really good. Like his double overhand on the axle deadlift is insane. His double overhand on a regular deadlift is absolutely insane.
Yeah, what was he telling us? Because when we had the podcast, we had him on. He was telling us, isn't he double overhand over 600
on a regular bar?
Yeah,
yeah, he's closer to 7, I think.
Yeah,
yeah, it's insane, and it's the numbers that he can hit. He can hit a regular person's really good deadlift, double overhand, no hook grip.
Yeah,
it's insane. So that's going to be a good one for him. The world record for that one is currently held by Kevin Ferris, who's got the monster grip.
Yeah,
I think it's entirely possible that we see two.
Do you know what the record is or no?
I don't know the records off the top of my head, but it's entirely possible that with Wes's keg toss, we could see two Canadians
holding world records.
Two cool Canadian competitors.
Yeah.
Break world records.
Have you met Wes? I guess you would have Canadians, right?
Yeah, I met Wes of Canadians.
Yeah, I've never met him, but he loves our shout-outs, I hear.
Yeah. He's
especially the ones with him being 23.
Yeah, I'm sure he appreciated that. No, I got along fine with Wes. I met him and his fiance now, Paige, there, and they were both fine.
Nice.
She was really sweet. Wes is, I've said before, he's just like he's not like a super extroverted personality guy.
Yeah.
You know, like there were guys that I met like say Joey Lavallee, who's very like big personality and very friendly and jovial and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And Wes is just a little bit different than that. And he was very friendly to me and very polite, and I felt like I didn't feel like I was the odd man out at any point. we'd all be sitting in because we were in like a little like mini resort kind of thing for our hotel that had like a water park and a hot tub and a cold tub and all that stuff. So we'd all just be sitting in this hot tub afterwards, and it would just making some strongman soup in there, and you get to know guys pretty well in that scenario.
Well, dude, that's actually how I met funny strongman soup. It's how I met Scott Wallace.
Right, you told me that. Yeah,
was in a hot tub with his parents,
just hanging out in the hot tub.
Yeah,
that's where you meet people.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy.
And then the last event for that competition is the Stones, which Tristan's been doing really good with Stones too, man.
Yeah.
Like he was a guy where at Westerns 2022. He really wasn't. He didn't do awesome in the Stones, and he was a guy where like the next year when I did Farmstrong, I was kind of like, all right, Tristan's not that great at Stones. I can take him on this one. That'll be good points for me.
Yeah.
And he just did great at it. And then at Westerns he did even better. And,
yeah.
Oh wait, maybe Farmstrong wasn't awesome. I forget. But Westerns he did really, really. I think Westerns was the first one where he was like, oh shit, he's got this figured out.
Yeah.
And he's just an example of he just needed more time just practicing on the Stones, and he got really, really good at it now. And I see that he picked up a 500-pound stone.
502.
Yeah, a 450 and a 502 or something in those
Him
neighborhoods.
Was it him and Colton who picked him up?
I think so.
Because I've seen them.
Or one's Colton Stone or something. I forget what it is.
Yeah.
But he's gotten some real heavy training in for that.
I just seen that.
Very excited for that.
Stubborn Stones. Where's that guy out of?
Calgary, I'm told. So we're gonna have to maybe consider.
I would like to.
I would love a big ass stone like the 450.
We can
like
make
that.
one. We can make one.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah,
hand mold it.
We're very resourceful over here.
We'll hand mold it.
Just take globs of concrete and hand mold it. So best of luck to Tristan Hoath in that one. Super excited to see how that turns out for him. These guys are just all of a sudden going from like, hey, there's rumors that Tristan might go to Worlds, and Wes got his invite pretty early compared to Tristan, to all of a sudden just popping up on every fucking major show.
Yeah.
I don't think it's weird at all that I said that I would never go back to the Arnolds, but if we have a guy like Tristan competing at the Arnolds there,
in the pro,
maybe it's worth taking a trip there.
We drove, so it was, and I enjoyed. For me, it was amazing because I went and did the bourbon tours.
Right? Yeah. You did a little more.
Yeah.
You did a little, which was funny because I think I said before on the podcast though, when we left the Arnolds, I was like, man, I can't believe they're doing more. Like, I want to go home so badly. I was so fucking over it.
Ripped it up, and Danielle wasn't because she was driving, so I would do the bourbon tour, and then her, because I'm like, no, I paid for this. I'm drinking it all. So she would just take a little sip and then hand it to me, and I would just down them. After 2 or 3, my eyes were straight, and this is getting bad.
A little crazy.
Yeah, no, that was a blast.
But I could see myself going if Tristan or Wes or ideally both got an invite to the Arnold's Pro. That sounds like something that'd be worth going down and checking out.
It'd be cool.
And it would also be, I think that would be an event that would both of those guys could do quite well at.
And we could actually watch at this time because we wouldn't be there to watch because
right.
they have the amateur and the pro running.
That's important too. Is that we could know, and also we know exactly what we have to buy. We wouldn't have.
I wouldn't spend $1,000 and only watch the beginning of it. That was an oversight. That was one thing I didn't like. Why would you?
It's timing.
Why would you run the amateur and the pro at the same time, where it's the exact same market of people you're trying demographic?
Like I have to believe that they're just like, well, fuck it, this is all we can do or whatever.
That's got to be it. Yes,
but it is frustrating though, and so it'd be nice to go there, and also it'd be nice just to go there and not have to think about anything else too.
Yeah, not have to coach,
not have to worry about your athlete, not have to worry, and whatever, right? It'd be nice to just go there and be like, I'm just gonna walk around and just see all the weird celebrities, take pictures with the girls with those 2 women with the gigantic fake tits, and just chill.
My goodness,
you know what I mean? Like just try to find the weirdest people that I can take pictures with and just do that. So that would be fun, I think.
I was ripping it up with Huck Finn Barbell there.
Yeah, see, just guys like that.
Yep.
So if Tristan and Wes, if you wouldn't mind, just please getting an invite.
If you could just hurry it up a bit.
Yeah.
Perform slightly better.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. So I have a reason to go down there. Thank you.
Supposedly placing like top 10 at Worlds is not enough. So we need more out of you.
I really am excited to see like next year, like say like with the Rogue, with the Arnold, with just Worlds again, like how high up the ladder these guys are for invites.
Yes.
Because let's say like for Strongest Man on Earth, like Max is in now because Luke Stoltman is unfortunately out.
Oh shit.
So, but Max is like it's really weird to see him so far down the reserve list these days. But it's been unfortunate incident after unfortunate incident for him where he gets hurt and then he comes back and then
he had posted
gets hurt and it's just like
he had posted just before Worlds.
Yeah.
He had posted I guess an old like a year or two before when he was at Worlds, and he had posted a picture of him and said, when I used to get invites to Worlds.
Right.
And I could feel it through the post, like this is hurting.
It's tough, man. Yeah. And the thing is that, I don't understand or know the politics behind the invites for World's Strongest Man. I don't pretend to. I think a lot of people pretend like they understand it, and that's a big mistake because we don't understand them. But I think that it is ridiculous that before Max got hurt, he wasn't invited when you see some of the names that got invited.
Yes.
And that's all I'll say. I'm not going to say anybody specific.
A guy who's podiumed.
Right. A guy who's podiumed in the past, who's been a perennial favorite, he's got records and all kinds of shit. Like, he's just really, really like and also he's fun to watch compete too.
Yes.
I think if we're talking about the World's Strongest Man, how they're always saying it's a show and you know, you got to have you got to make it pop on the camera and all that stuff, whatever. Like, he does that because he's very exciting. He's very aggressive. And
looks like a mixture between Wolverine and the Grinch.
Yeah, that's exactly what he looks like. He's just a fucking
when he's lifting.
Yeah,
like when he's under pressure, it's the Wolverine and the Grinch had a baby.
He's an angry lifter.
Yeah,
and he's fun to watch. And I think I really hope that this return to Strongest Man on Earth is just the beginning of him ramping back up to being what he is, which is one of the best in the world.
Seen his log he hit, like just the numbers he's hitting in the gym right now are they're right up there. They're exactly where they need to be.
Now all we got to do is just fingers crossed that he stays healthy.
Yep.
Because like we say, he has a very aggressive style, and I think that carries over to his training too. You see him and Sam and like Joey Lavalley, like they train very, very hard.
Yeah.
And
what an environment to train in.
I can't even imagine. I can't even. Yeah. And sometimes though, like when you're at the level that those three in particular are at, going as hard as you can is a lot for the body to have.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When you have that level of competition in your gym,
right?
Camaraderie and competition. It's healthy competition.
Absolutely.
The injuries can come a lot more often because you're pushing it to a level that most people aren't doing on a daily basis.
Right, and you ignore things. You ignore signs. You ignore because you want to.
And if your recovery's not 100% there for one day, or your hydration for one day,
for sure,
bad things happen.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate, but I hope he does. I like Max. Well, we had him out here for nationals.
Max is a guy where, and he's another guy too, where I think that if a lot of people could probably meet him and be like, oh, that guy's intimidating or whatever, but he's really a very friendly guy, and when you get to know him, like, because whenever I see him and Sam, like, so I saw them at the Arnold's, and I was like, they're celebrities there, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be bugging them, whatever, but then I hear Max from across the building, like, hey, I know that guy, and like he comes over and he just like comes talks to me and gives me a hug and stuff, and I was like, it's for me too. It's like I see these guys, it's like this guy is a fucking doing what I want to do at the highest level. He's a celebrity to me, you know what I mean? So it's cool to see how nice and down to earth they really are. So speaking of just like that whole sort of training environment stuff, young Daniel Cadger. And even younger, I think, Andrew Langelar.
Frick yeah.
He said, you keep getting younger.
Yeah. Holy shit, yeah.
Came down to training grounds and got a lift in with old Devin.
Yeah.
Older Gord. And young Jocelyn.
Awesome. I was like, please don't go any deeper at that.
Not going to do it. And young Radiant Jocelyn.
Radiant Jocelyn,
that's who we lifted with.
Who squatted just a retarded weight.
Just watching. Yeah, we had... Me, Langelar, and Dan were all kind of. I didn't realize we're all sort of doing our own thing. I thought we were going to be a little more in unison on that one. So, but it was still fun to watch. And so me and Langelar did some, and Aaron and Carter came out from Winkler too, which is also I love that. I love seeing the people who are new come out on a Saturday morning and just practice stuff. So they were practicing their throwing. I'm working with both of them, so it's nice to. There's nothing that's better than just having like in-person time with your clients like that, especially when you never get it usually. So that was awesome. Me and Langelar did some yoke stuff. Definitely not like I thought I was feeling 100 from Manitoba's, but the way that was moving, I
could tell none of you guys were.
Yeah, no, it was not moving really, really fast. I got the weight that I wanted for the distance that I wanted, but certainly not the time that I wanted.
The weight was there, the speed was not. You could tell like it's okay. You picked up and it's just that movement. It was like nothing's moving fast.
Every step was just like, and then it pause, and then it move, and then it pause, and then it move. So that was, but that's to be expected around this time of the season and around this time in a prep.
Yeah.
So that was my last heavy yoke until it's time to go, which is about 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Exactly 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I guess.
Exactly
Holy shit.
Exactly 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
So I'm done with heavy yoke, done with heavy deadlifting, and now it's just time to just super compensate and recuperate and get all of the special powers that I've been creating for myself over the last few weeks. But we did that. We did. Dan did some Zercher. Dan did some of the Dinny rings.
Yep.
With those shitty Rogue ones. But you were having a fucking blast with those.
Yeah. Just out of nowhere. I'm a sucker for any movie event that's stupid.
Right.
And Dan, he is those Denny Rogues were pissing him off. I could tell.
Yeah.
And I'm a guy that if I see someone struggling with the event or just getting pissed off something, I'll join in and see if I can do something stupid to try and motivate somebody.
Sure.
Which is why I'm always injured.
Right. How did you feel after those?
Great.
Really?
But my traps right now I can't touch.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, I haven't.
But like a good sore, right?
Yeah, I woke up Sunday. I'm like, oh no.
I
remember this from when I started doing farmer walks.
Right.
Like, yeah, even now, like touch my. They're tender.
Yeah.
Oh, they're tender.
I've noticed myself. I was like, I think my traps are getting bigger, and the only thing that I've really been doing differently is these Denny rings. I think it's just that constant tension. That's
I never did shrugs in training. It was never a thing. The only reason I ever got traps was farm walk was my favorite event, and I trained it all the time.
Did it a lot,
and my traps just kept growing.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the Denny rings.
Yeah, you were doing well in them.
Yeah, I took whatever. What did he have him set? He had him set at 240 and 205. So he has comp weights 300 and 250, right? Or 300 240.
Yeah, I think that's like 85% roughly.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I've never picked him up. I was cold. I was benching, and I worked up to 325 on the bench, and my pec held. I'm like, okay, we're getting better. And I'm like,
that was nice to see too. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab these Denny rings. I've never grabbed. I'm like, I'm just gonna, and I grabbed my. What did I take a walk for? 55, 60 feet. I went for a walk. I think it was about 55 feet, and I could have went further than that. And my grip wasn't an issue. I could have held those things for days.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was fun.
Good.
It was like the first I picked it up, I walked 5 feet. I'm like, ooh, that's awkward.
Yeah.
I didn't have my sleeves on. My shins were instantly hurting from just rubbing on my legs.
Yeah.
Put the things on, did that run, and then we went to comp weight, and I picked that up and did a little walk with it. And I'm like, that's the event I could. With a couple weeks of training, I can guarantee I'd hang in there with most guys.
Maybe that's
out of stupidity.
Hey, maybe that's
Maybe
that's your new goal is
one off at the Iceland or the Magnus.
I was gonna say if you do like the legit weight for the Denny rings, something like that, do a hold.
What is the world record weight?
The real Denny weights.
Yeah.
So they're heavier than 250 and 300 and 250 I think are technically like the nickel stones they're called or something. Yeah. Like NiCHOL. And the Denny ones are heavier. I don't know what they weigh.
Because Villius had the world record there in Iceland last year, 2 years ago at Magnus.
With the rocks they have there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are a little different. It's one of those things where it's like there's a question. It's like because they have these like rogue replicas that I don't know if we can buy, but they have them, and so it's like, well, is that the same as the real stones? It
would be fun to get some of my stones cored out and put pins in and make them into Denny stones.
I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be
just like those deadlift stones Brent got.
That'd be a fun idea.
Yeah.
Especially because with the Denny stones, they don't have to be even.
That's the thing.
Like when the Flintstone deadlift ones that we have. For anybody who's not aware, we have if you look at the Magnus events from last year, there was the big return of the Flintstone deadlift.
Yeah.
Which is these two big rocks that weigh the same.
That were found in a field.
Yeah.
The same field. And I think they're 1 pound apart.
Yeah, it's incredible, and they're huge. So they machined out a hole and they can put a bar into it, and it makes for one of the more fun deadlifting apparatuses that, like, just spectacle wise, that you've probably ever seen. And it's cool, and it's but yeah, it's like to find those stones is incredible. Yeah. But the nice part about like the Denny style ones, they can be whatever. Doesn't really matter as long as one's a little heavier than the other. It's fine.
Yeah.
So,
but those rings are gross.
The rogue rings that you used are fucking horrible. Yeah. And I'm really glad. Now that I've used these Cerberus ones a little bit, Cerberus style ones, couldn't buy the Cerberus ones, but I'm really glad that they are using those instead. Because those rogue ones, they are nasty.
And they eat up the hands.
They rip your hands up. Yeah. So
my hands were a little sore. I asked oh look, I got a callus, a little blister.
Oh, you get a little callus on your head.
Blister, oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah. I see when I walked down. It's like, so how are your hands? I'm like, actually, my hands feel fine. My traps are shot.
My hands get pretty rough after every one of those. Yeah. So.
Every time I do something dumb like that, then Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon I was in the gym, I'm like, oh, maybe I still have it. And then I get in the gym and start warming up, like, no, I don't have it.
I don't have it anymore. It's gone.
The passion's not
I thought it was there.
Yeah, like I'm all pumped the next morning. I'm like, oh, man.
But here's a serious question, though. So you were doing the Denny rings or whatever you want to call them, the rings. And it was one of those things where it's like, oh, this is kind of coming to me pretty naturally.
Yeah.
You didn't experience like bad pain afterwards. No. So does that motivate you to chase something with those rings at all, or
it would? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, maybe it's something worth considering then. Maybe it's worth finding like a really weird specific event like that
and just train for it
and just hammer it. Something that you've never trained before, so your numbers can only go up. Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just like if you find something strange like that, you never know. I guess like like you're say like deadlift or stones. It's like you've gotten to a high watermark for you before.
Yeah.
That would be hard for you to try to get to again, but you've never done that for the Denny ring.
Yeah.
Before.
So it's always PRs. It's always
so it might be kind of fun.
Yeah, but that was fun having you guys out. I mean,
we
you smoked. Monster deadlift.
Yeah,
on that stupid bar.
Langelaar was
what a disgusting bar.
I call it the silly bar. Thank you to Langelaar for bringing out the. He has like the. I think Elephant Bar is technically like a brand name by.
They call it Mammoth.
Yeah, they call it the Mammoth Bar or the Monster Bar or whatever the fuck.
I think it's Mammoth or Monster, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, Monster Mammo. It's like 10 feet long, very whippy. Like if you put a 45 on each side and shake it, it's like starts to go.
And it does circles.
Yeah, it also.
It doesn't just whip. It just
yeah.
Like it does exactly what I want my dick to do.
Do circles?
Helicopters. But
it was yeah. I hit 800 on that, which felt okay. Like felt like I did 775 a couple weeks ago on it, and this 800 was certainly easier. So we're trending in the right direction. Now all I got to do is hit that on a normal bar.
But it's hilarious. You watch you pull it lift, and I was watching you guys, and you pull the slack out, and it takes a minute and a half to pull the slack out, and then the bar stops.
Right.
Like if you watch the video, like all but stops.
Right.
Half whip shins, boom, and then it continues to pull again. It's it's the weirdest.
But then it was the same thing too. So I had my velocity tracker on the bar, and I did 725. I did 750.
Yep.
I did 780 because I wanted to just top the 775 by a little bit, and then that went really well, so I went 800. The 725 moved slower than 750, and 780 moved at almost the same speed as 750 because. Again, I'm really glad. I'm thankful for Langelaar for bringing the bar out because I've let people tell me too much about this bar.
Yeah,
I've let people tell me that it's crazy. The whip, it's that. You have to pull differently. You got to be patient and and it's just like that might be true. It's not the same as a regular bar.
Yeah,
but I was like doing like paralysis by analysis where I'd go up there and I'd be like, okay, I think this is when I start pulling hard now. Yeah, and 725 felt like marginally easier than 800.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it was just, and then when I had that, I just was like, okay, fuck this shit, and I just was like, I'm gonna pull 750 like
you pull it,
like it's a bar, like a deadlift bar, and like I'm trying to get it up.
Yeah,
and it made a huge difference.
Yeah.
So I really think that like it can be a little bit of like wanting it to be more different than it actually.
Yeah,
is.
you let yourself almost get defeated by just the intimidation of it.
It gets the bar is getting in my head.
Yeah,
and I can't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I pulled that 775. I think I might have said this on here, but Tristan commented like, "Oh, great pull, whatever," and I said the kind of the same thing to him where I was like, "Yeah, I was just like letting the bar get in my head the first couple ones, and then this one I just didn't." And then he was like, "Yeah, well, ultimately it's a deadlift, and you have to treat it like a deadlift. You still have to pull hard off the ground. You still have to, you know what I mean? Like you can be patient, whatever that means. But I think that it's easy to confuse being patient with like taking the slack out with like not applying force till it's too late. Yep. You know what I mean? Like you still have to pull hard off the ground and get momentum and get that." You just have to be ready for that pull down back when you're going. So really happy to have gotten 800 on that. Like I said,
is it just a regular deadlift bar or stiff bar at Westerns?
No, the Mammoth bar.
Oh, it is Mammoth bar.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's why
different brand or no?
I think they're using. I don't actually know.
I wonder if they might be on the same brand.
Yeah, actually, probably is.
Comment.
Yeah, if anybody knows, let us know.
Let us know.
But they
when the episode airs in 7 weeks.
I'd be very curious to know what I was pulling on back at Westerns.
When I eventually get it uploaded.
But the deadlift at Westerns is the last event of a 6-event day. So is 800 there on competition day? I don't know about that. We'll see.
Yeah, you're a hot day, July 1st.
For sure, yeah.
Humidity is going to be high because you're
high, yeah.
Which is different for us.
Yep. And so that's why I wanted to make sure that I did that after I did yoke, so at least I could have a little bit of like, it's not, I'm not absolutely fresh deadlifting, but I'm really curious to see what guys are able to put up after a really hard day like that, because I'm sure that some guys will still hit 800.
Who is the main guy who runs Westerns?
JF Caron.
It is okay. So this it wasn't always JF, was it? No.
No. So it was
Brad Provic and Steve Halliday and those guys.
So they ran Westerns out of Regina as part of their Canada Day festival. In front of the legislative building, and I'm very thankful because I got one of those.
That's where I competed. Yeah,
yes,
and it was awesome.
Yeah, and that's what whenever Dom went or when McCall talked about when he went or when you went, it was like it was always in Regina, and I really wanted to get one of those in. So I'm really thankful that I did. And now they're making it like a moving.
Okay, so is it going to cut in Manitoba?
I would like it to at some point.
We could bid for it, but yeah.
This is what I want everyone to hear though, that Devin is suggesting that Westerns comes here. And when on the last episode he said, "I got to take a step back. I got to do less stuff. I can't be as busy as I was." We
can always shift to comp around for Westerns.
But I would like to hold. I would like to host Westerns here. That would be fun, I think, and it would be a good opportunity for. We with aside from the Magnus show, we don't get a lot of competitions where guys travel in for it.
None.
So it would be.
Well,
really,
we got like besides the Roblin guys and shit, but.
Sorry, I should say out of province.
Yes. Yeah. We don't. No.
Or like the pro specifically.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to have that as like a Western show or Western, so we can start seeing guys like Tristan, Jeffers, Colton. These guys come in. Colton will be here for the Magnus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and flights are fairly affordable to Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's not bad. So
compared to flying to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Or East Coast
and staying in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So I would love to get that done, but we'll see.
JF, when you listen to this episode, hit me up.
I'll hit my good friend JF on his private line and see what he has to say about that.
We'll hire you to bend some dimes.
But it was fun to get out to circle back around training grounds. It was nice because we even like, so me and Dan, obviously we both train out of Iron Age here, but he's doing his thing and I'm doing my thing, so we don't really like I have to fit my training in like in weird, like sometimes in like multiple times in a day, just around clients and stuff.
You do it. You break it down.
If I have to, I do. Yeah, which I don't like to, but it's whatever.
Good on you.
Or if I have to finish one the next day or whatever the fuck. So if an off day becomes a light accessory day or whatever. Yeah. But it's nice because, like I said, so Dan comes here after school. I train whenever the fuck I can. So it's like, it was nice to have an opportunity for us all just to be lifting together.
Yeah. And
it was nice to have an opportunity to lift with people that we don't normally lift with, Langelar, the Grimolsons, you guys. And it was nice also that we so Gordon and Joss are both putting the finishing touches on their WRPF meet.
Yeah.
Me and Dan and Andrew are doing our Westerns prep. You're just doing whatever it is that you're doing over there.
Yeah, I'm just
fiddling with your dink in the corner over there.
Yeah.
But it was just nice that we could all be doing different things.
Who needs to feel better about themselves? Allow me to lift beside you.
It was really cool because, like, so in the 800 video, you can hear Gord, you can hear Josh, you can hear Langelar, Dan, you, everybody. Yeah. It's a nice to have that Saturday strongman kind of feeling again. Yeah. You know what I mean? We have a very tight knit community in Manitoba, but so often we only really lift with each other. At least for me, on competition days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I miss those days.
Yeah. So
the Saturdays like that.
Yeah. So it was nice, and it was great to see. Like you kind of just barely touched on it earlier, but like Jocelyn squatting. We won't give away her numbers yet because it's competitions come right up, but like just monster numbers.
But she's looking to break the record that is held by her,
that she holds. Which
would be cool if I can get her to break record. And you got your bench boy here breaking records.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good day.
I like it. Yeah, I like that a lot.
You're going to be there, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can make it, but because I've got your seminar on the Saturday, and then I have a wedding immediately after till late, and then I got to get some shit done because weekend after I'm gone, we got Vita, so I got to get some stuff prepped. With my land. Whatever else, and I haven't. I got to talk to Gordon Dawson before this episode airs. But
I'll be there, and Thrones will be there, and we'll also. If anybody who's a training grounds disciple needs help with that, please don't be hesitate to ask us. That's for sure. But yeah, between your gym and my gym, we've got some people looking to put up some really good numbers. I'm really excited about it.
Is anybody we know, any big hitters coming out that you know of?
I think Chris Godden's doing it.
Nice.
I think.
Nice.
I know Jordan Hanna's doing it.
I always like Jordan.
Yep, I've always gotten along well with Jordan. I like him a lot too.
Yep.
I wish he'd come to my gym, but we'll talk about that another time.
Is Chris Godden out of Brandon, or where is he out of?
Yeah, I want to say
I think so.
He's out of town for sure. And maybe Brandon. But I'm really excited to see some of these numbers. And like a WRPF meet, what's exciting about it is due to the untested nature of it. There's guys that you and I will show, or if you're not, whatever, I'll show up and I'll see. I'm like, I have no idea who this guy is. Because I've never seen him at an MPA meet.
Yeah.
I'm not super versed in like the Manitoba powerlifting scene. So there'll be some guy where I'm like, who the fuck's this guy? And he'll probably put up a fucking crazy number, and I'll be like, yes, that's awesome.
And there's a lot of guys that show up that you don't see at MPA that are also drug free.
Right.
But they just hate the politics of the recent MPA. Or
that's worth pointing out too.
Yeah.
So actually, Ladanian, I believe, is competing in the untested division. I think.
So am I
and clean as a whistle, obviously.
Am I wrong in saying this? And correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard if you compete in an untested WRPF, you can't compete.
I think that they've.
There was some rumblings.
I think they've come to their senses on that.
Okay, but there was a thing about that, wasn't there?
Yeah, well, because it's I don't know. I don't want to get too much into the weeds on that one because I don't know. But either either that's been figured out or maybe I'm wrong and he's doing tested. But I know that he wanted to do untested because he just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, so he's and it costs less to do untested, right? Because you don't have to pay for the potential of being tested.
Yeah, so do untested and then go to the MPA, let them test you and spend their money.
Yeah,
piss clean.
Yeah,
but you still save money in the one meet at least.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's I always like that too because I like because Thrones Thrones did the untested one at last WRPS.
Yeah. Has he competed at MPA since?
Yes.
Yeah, so then it's good.
So it must be fine.
Yeah.
But I do like that because I like the idea of creating of like wonder and worry.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like, why is he competing in the untested division?
Thrones definitely juice to the gills.
Ladanian, 21 years old. As soon as he walked in the door, we just pumped a needle in his arm and started getting him going.
Yeah. Instead of eye scanning, it's trend loading.
Yeah. But I do like creating that feeling of uncertainty. Is like, why are they in the untested division? Because they're not afraid of competition, you bitch. That's why.
I love to let them wonder.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. No, I don't think we should ever clear that up for anybody. But I do. I get a real kick out of that.
I'm gonna do the tested.
You'll do the tested version.
I don't think
I'll do the.
I'll lift numbers like someone who's tested, and I'll still lose. I'll go the test and still lose, and then get popped.
That would be. Listen, that was so off the charts bad that something must be going on with your body. So we're gonna test you really fast here.
Did you run some drawl 5 years ago? Still picograms popping up
5 years ago. So we man, like it feels like the season is like, at least compared to last year, maybe it's just me, it's fucking flying by because we're already 2 shows deep into this one here.
Yeah.
We finished our first amateur show in Tolstoy. We have our first and only, besides Gimli, but as we all know, that's its own thing, Pro-Am with Manitoba Strongest. And we're just like, it's just motoring along. We're already getting ready for Vita. We had a gigantic sign up last second on this.
Yeah.
Like I think the number that I had was 43.
Dude, we were like 7 people or whatever it was. Me and you were looking at each other. I was like,
it was like 4 people.
This is going to be this is bad.
This is going to be a rough show. So we're very, very thankful for everybody who signed up. We knew it would happen. We knew you guys were
we knew you'd come around.
Hyper focused on Tolstoy, and then once that's gone, you got the next thing to think about. Like I think that Bushi and there was like 3 guys who were signed up for Vita, I think, and a couple girls, but they're all it's really there's a big what's the word I'm looking for? We have lots of different divisions that are full. Like our women's masters on this one is all of a sudden really full. Yeah, which it wasn't even there last in Tolstoy. So it's really exciting to see these changes.
Well, no, we had Michelle and
excuse me, Jose. That's right. That's Jose. Last minute it did get popped up actually. But so that's really exciting.
The fun is that open division because they're jostling for wins.
Yeah.
Like there's like a very competitive edge there of our open guys. So it's always every show's filling up because they're like, well, I want to win over this guy. I want to win over this guy. Yeah.
And I liked it too because so like my client Kelly was like, I would like to do the women's masters because she is of that age. And I looked and I was like, well, I'm going to say yes because it's such a competitive division. Yeah. Like I don't want
you'll get pushed further.
Right. She's like, the weights are just a little bit more appropriate for me. And I was like, that's absolutely fair. But if it was just you just creating the division for you, I would have said, no, don't do that because you're going to be by yourself and it's not fun.
Making the loaders work harder.
Right. But there's going to be a bunch of really good women in that division. So it's gonna be competitive. I'm really looking forward to it. And our men's open division is.
I think what we'll do next week is we'll announce the mystery event because it'll air 5 hours for the competition.
Yeah, exactly. It won't make any difference whatsoever.
And then just to see who listens.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I was going to say.
And then we won't, but we get all the views.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hype up 100 views for the comp. no.
That's the one
no
time,
reveal.
Yeah, that's the one time that we get it. Sorry, guys. So then following our big adventure in Tolstoy. Wait, I always fuck this up. Previous to this weekend, as this airs, we will be moments away.
Balls deep.
In our balls deep in Lucas Hatton here. He's coming in here and man. He just put out I think last week he put out a log tutorial video. Yeah. Amazing. Yep. This week he put out a stones tutorial video. Also great, just fucking great content.
Free content.
And then, as if this motherfucker wasn't handing out enough free game here, he decides, you know what, I gotta start going on YouTube and making reels, or on Instagram and start making reels too. Yeah. So now he's doing he just did like a throwing sandbag one, and he's doing all these like little things on there. Like this guy is setting himself up to be very much one of the people that you will look to for information in strongman. Yep. And for the people who signed up for his seminar, I'm very happy for you. Like I'm thrilled as someone who's pretty experienced in the sport and has been around for a minute. I'm absolutely thrilled at what I'm going to get to learn in this seminar, and I'm so happy that so many of my clients are going to be there, and people that I know or like people that I talk to, so that it'll be the same thing as when Terry Rady came here, where I can reference, be like, hey, remember when Terry said this? And and that's nothing better than somebody who already has like, oh yeah, that's right. And so I'm so excited for that one. It's gonna be so fun. We got two. We had he was very specific that he doesn't want it to be like too big of a group because he wants it to be like hands on enough and making sure that people feel like they're getting their money's worth and their time's worth. So we're doing it in 2 separate groups, and I'll be sitting through both of them.
Yeah,
I'm just I can't wait for.
The first one starts already at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. and then a few hours later we got the next one. I'm just
2, right?
Yeah, 2 o'clock. I think I'm just absolutely thrilled about it. And and that leads us into what's happening after Vita.
Yep, Nathan Payton,
the man himself. Almost 200,000 views.
218,000.
218. So then there you go.
Table Talk. Yep.
On this Table Talk on Dave Tate's Table Talk podcast. Nutritionist to just countless world records.
I was listening to Table Talks. I haven't listened to the whole thing. So
I haven't listened to it either.
And just the way he's doing the stuff like measuring the glycogen with the meters and different. I mean, stuff I've never obviously is out of my league. I'm not a nutritionist, right? I'm just a coach on the implements. But man, how that shit makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm hoping to snag him. He's flying in early, so I'm hoping to snag him for supper and take him out and wine and dine a bit and just learn some more and whatever else. Sim, you're going to pick up Lucas, I'm sure, and hang out with him the night before.
Well, I'm going to be picking up Lucas. I'm going to wine him, dine him, and 69 him, hopefully.
Woo.
He's a big guy. We'll see.
My man.
Imagine if Lucas had laying on top of you.
Some chick out there's had that. On like an ultra firm bed. She can't even sink in and soften the blow.
That's true. Okay, so
just the heaviest missionary ever.
And also as an added bonus to the Lucas Hatton seminar is that we're going to be recording it.
The 69?
Yeah, the 69. No, we're going to record the seminar and give it to all the attendees.
Oh, what's going on?
So, because you lose your mic there. I'm not great.
Oh, I got it.
A little twirl there.
I got it.
I'm not great.
Need some Viagra.
At like listening and taking notes and all that stuff. Like I'm better at just like
you suck at listening.
Yeah, I'm not a great listener.
No,
but it'll be nice to have the video and audio to go back to afterwards and not have to. And you can just that way you can just be there and be present and be thinking about.
I'm pretty sure I'm doing the same with Nathan, but I can't get a clear answer.
Well, I got a clear answer from Lucas.
I messaged it like, hey, can we record this and that? And then he sends me what did he send me back? He sent me the link to the Table Talk.